I'm Nick Sorrentino for Capitalism.org. Um, it's interesting. I've been reading some stuff from folks on the left. Every day I try to read uh, across the political spectrum, from right to left, up, down, whatever. Um, and what I'm struck by is, I often hear progressives or whatever, liberals, talking about how we need more government regulation to solve the problem of the capitalists are out of control, and they decry crony capitalism. Well, they don't use that term typically, but they talk about how corporations get into the system and get government write special laws for them and change tax code in ways that benefit these large companies. And what they say and what folks often say on the left is, well, the way to solve this clearly is with more regulation. That doesn't seem to make too much sense to me. It's for so long we've just assumed that would be the way to go. To rein in business and so on, but it really doesn't make that much sense. And the reason why is, aside from people on the extreme radical left who, have some kind of vision of, the abolishing all corporations and all business, frankly, most people, even the very, very far left, would say, it is very likely that we're going to continue to have private businesses in this country. They're likely to remain powerful, and so we're going to have to deal with them in one way or another. And then, what often, the next step is, let's regulate them a lot, and that'll keep the lid on them. But what happens is, if you have a strong state and strong business, which we have both, the two work together. So if you expand the state, then essentially you're going to expand the power of these businesses also, because they're the ones who have the power, first off, to get in there and start writing regulations for their benefit and crowding out, new and innovative ideas. If you can write a law to keep your competitors at bay, a lot of these businesses are going to do that. Almost everyone will do that. So you need a large state in order to erect these barriers to entry. Just as one example. Yet continually, it seems as if people on the left, they want to help these large corporations. Of course, they would never say this. Make the world less competitive. Yeah, it's as simple as that. A lot of my friends, and I have a number of friends on the very solid left, who say, oh, no, that's not the case at all. We want to make sure that, the drug companies don't sell you bad stuff, and and all sorts of things. But just as an example, the pharma industry, it takes $1 billion to bring a drug to market. So what does that mean? Well, if you want to develop a drug, you better have $1 billion, at least. And that also means that you, as a corporation, if you develop a drug, you want to make sure that you protect your investment. So you're going to do everything you can to make sure remedies that make perhaps more sense, that are significantly less expensive, are more difficult to come by. So often, the state is used to pass laws against, for instance, let's just say herbal remedies, because frankly, they would strike right at the bottom line of a lot of these corporations that have invested a lot of money into getting their people into the regulatory agencies. So corporations are going away. And so what makes sense? If they're using the state to their benefit, and as the state expands, it just seems like they use the state to more of their benefit. Here's an idea: reduce the state, reduce regulation. It will allow more people to get into businesses. Competition will expand. The marketplace will be more robust and less prone to destabilization by virtue of the fact, now this is counterintuitive to some people, but if you have one or two or three large corporations dominating a marketplace, if there's some kind of catastrophic thing that happens to that sector of the economy, well, you take out one or two of those, and suddenly you got a big problem. Too big to fail. Too big to fail basically wouldn't happen if you didn't have the state helping these guys become too big to fail. Yet, as much as people like Rachel Maddow, loathe corporations, the people that pay her salary, by the way, what they're really loath to do is talk about reducing the size of the state, which is how you rein in crony capitalism. Anyway, I'm Nick Sorrentino for againstcronycapitalism.org. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.